Just in case they ain't get the picture the first time around.
I see you, hater. My motivator. Y'all make me greater. Yeah.
As you can see, I done already started on the body work. That video that'll be coming out after this video. But I found some rust areas like here that need to be treated. I had talked to the owner. He told me to just treat it and fiberglass it back because he had some repairs before on the inside of the door that they didn't see this area here because the chrome was on. So we gonna tackle this. Also some rust forming there, need to be grinded down and treated. And there's a spot back here. You could tell somebody tried to repair it. So I'm gonna have to grind that down and see what it looked like. See if they treated it. Also here. It's also an area there, bubbling up. Rust forming. Spot here. Also some surface rust here. So let me get my tools and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna need as far as repairing that. Here's the three items that we're gonna be using, removing the paint so we can inspect the rust and see how bad it is. You could use a DA. I got some 80 grit on here. You can use some 40 grit. It'll remove the paint a lot faster. Or you could use a flap disc on the grinder. Or you can use a drill with some wire brushes. These here for the drill here. This for the angle grinder. This is gonna be probably the less aggressive, the sandpaper on the DA. So we gonna use the DA on this part back here because it shouldn't take much to remove this. So I can see how bad the rust is. So we're gonna tackle this first. 80 grit on the DA. I'm just gonna concentrate on these bubbly spots. But I'm gonna grind probably from here to here, down the brown metal. Let me get you closer. I can show you how that rust was forming. Now you can see the rust was forming there. So we gotta remove that, get it down. It'll be a good thing if we can get it down to fresh metal, but if we can't, if it still be pitted or rusted, we'll put some rust mort on it. And it looked like somebody done repaired it before because I see body filler. Let's continue. Okay. Now we're gonna take the a wire brush or something, maybe on the drill, and clean out these pits. finna take the blow hose and blow all this off. Okay, this is what it looked like after the cleaning. You can see when I start cleaning it with the wire brush, it started eating up some of the thin metal. It ate through. So we're gonna take some Rust Mort and brush it on and treat this metal, but we're gonna clean up the rest of the metal first. Then we'll do it all at one time. So let's take care of that first. On this one here, I'm gonna use an angle grinder with a wire brush on it. This is gonna be the most aggressive approach for us removing. And I don't mind by being aggressive because I'm trying to remove all this weak metal anyway. I could just cut it out, but we're gonna use this angle grinder. Let me cover this wheel up first. And now I'm gonna take my DA with the 80 grit on it and just clean up the rest of it. Okay, this is what it's looking like. It's pretty clean. A little of that Rust Mort, I should be fine. I'm gonna try to get it on the inside as well. All right, let's move our way on around. I just wanted to show you this before I start cleaning it up. I'll cut you back on once I get it clean. This is after the wire wheel and the DA sander. We also got a spot inside the jams that I'm gonna address as well. I'm gonna clean this up with the wire wheel. This spot here, also this spot, I really don't know what it's gonna look like once I take the paint off, because I could tell, like I said before, it's been repaired. So we gonna clean it up and see what we got. You already can tell it's a lot of bundo. Probably another reason why it cracked. We're gonna get that on up out of there. Let me show you. The reason why I started cracking, because they just piled up some body filler bundle right over rust. They didn't even try to treat it or remove it. It'd probably be the same way on that back side, I'm guessing. Here's this area here cleaned up. You can see right here where the metal had got real thin. When I started grinding, it just ate through. Now, I think it's the last spot here. But like I said, when I first cut you on, I see some fiberglass resin right here, fiberglass mat. So they did repair the inside of the door with fiberglass. They just didn't do this part here. I'm pretty sure all this here gonna fall off because it's real thin when I start cleaning it up. But let's take care of that. I think we're done with these tools here for us to clean up. You can see, got that area clean. Now it's on to the most important step. That's treating all this pitted rust, which you can't get to. Let me show you what we'll be using. We're gonna be using this Rust Mort rust conversion. Removes, I don't know if the sunlight, okay. It removes and converts rust prior to applying body filler, primer, or top coat. And I got a chip brush, we're gonna be brushing it on. I'm gonna pour some. It don't take much, I'm gonna pour some in this cup here. We'll brush it on from now. Let me put this other glove on. We'll get started. This stuff here go a long way. Not gonna pour much in it. It's got some kind of green tint to it. We'll probably put 2 to 3 coats on it. Guess we'll wipe some right here first. It's gonna turn the rust that's still there, it's gonna turn it black. That's how you know it's working. There wasn't too much rust here though. Let's go up here. I hope you can see it, but once it starts working, it's already turning it black. But we're gonna get it all up in here as well. Put some over here where it was rusted. Along this bottom. I'm gonna make my way around the rest of the car, then I'll cut you back on. We're gonna wipe this door jamb. Also a little spot here where the screw go in. I knew it was something that I was forgetting. I almost forgot about this this lip here that I gotta clean up and repair. Alright, let's go over what we got here. That's this area. You might see some fiberglass hairs here and there because I've been test fitting my fiberglass mat where I need to lay it. This area. That's all the old rust came out of it. That area. That one. Also this one. That one. And the little pitted areas along the bottom of the driver's side door. Also the one in the jamb. Now it's time to lay our fiberglass mat on the areas that's ate out, like this spot here, and those 3 areas back here. We're gonna be using this fiberglass mat. That's why I got two different pieces for each area. You could use fiberglass cloth, but I chose to use mat. Here's the resin. I just gotta mix it up in the hardener. So let's get it mixed up in our cup, and you can use a chip brush to brush it on. Let's get this out the way. Put it in my, I guess I'll put it in this bag here. Pour a little resin in our cup. It's not gonna take much for real. I think there might be enough there. I don't want to put too much hardener in here because it's kind of hot out here now in the sun. Guess I'll put a little bit more. Always good to put too much than not enough. At least it'll harden up. Just gonna stir it up here. I might need a little bit more, come to think about it, since I'm putting 2 layers on it. But we'll start off with this here. Don't want to waste none. Mix up too much. All right, we'll take this over here and put our resin down. See if I can use this same chip brush. Now I gotta remember what I cut out for what. I think I cut this out, yeah, for this over here. Let me sit you down on something else so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Alright, let's take our brush, wipe some on in the area that we're gonna put the fiberglass mat. And you could soak the mat if you like. It'll make it a lot easier. And you put your mat, I'm gonna let it overlap a little bit so I can somewhat get this edge. Start dabbing your mat. See, if I would have soaked my mat, I wouldn't have had to. I would have had it laid down by now, but ain't no big deal though. I'm gonna go ahead and put this other one on as well, on top of it. Somewhat slid down, which it don't really matter because I can trim it out once it harden up. Better be less trimming I gotta do. Alright, we're just gonna move on around the car. And it'd be good if you could push it in with a actually hole at, because you can put some body filler in there, but not body filler, but some fiberglass filler. It'll make it stronger. All right, let's move on around. Here's all the areas that I filled with fiberglass mat. I started sanding this here down, so that's why it look like this. But I'm finna mix up some fiberglass filler now, and I'm gonna wipe fiberglass filler over all these areas here, also on the pitted areas. This fiberglass filler I'm gonna be using, Duraglass. those the pits that I wipe with fiberglass filler. Here's that air. Air in the trunk. Now I take some 80 grit on the DA, and I bust that fiberglass filler down, get it somewhat smooth. Here's my spots that I knocked down. After I had hit everything with the DA, I came back with the straight line sander here, somewhat smoothed it out, and I found another low area, like right here, because my straight line was touching here and here, wasn't touching here. So I'm gonna fill this with some body filler, because I'm gonna wipe some body filler over all this here. This was low too. You want to wipe the body filler after the fiberglass filler because it's easy to feather edge, easy to block. And I ran out. I was using this AG-47 by USC. Ran out. Now I'm finna crack open this can here. Z-Grip by Evercoat. Almost pretty much, well, all that pretty much the same thing. It'll do what you need to do. It's trying to start raining on me, as usual. Need to find another spreader, but I can use this. I'm gonna use this on the top of the can before I do anything. Use it on up. I just mix this up before I mix up anything else. Should be enough. Every time I start doing something, the rain starts coming down. I haven't used this filler here in a while. I've been using that USC AG-47. Thought I had another can somewhere, but I didn't. I think this should be good enough here. We'll go spray at this. Guess we'll spray. Here's what it's looking like. Now I take that straight line sander. I knock everything down somewhat smooth enough so I can start hand blocking it. I'm gonna be using 80 grit on the straight line. After I had hit it with the straight line sander, I came back with the block by hand and blocked everything down. Now I'm gonna take the maroon Scotch-Brite. It's here. I'm just gonna scuff up around where I'm gonna be shooting that prime at. That's just in case some overspray lay on this here. It helps when the burn too. It just won't be sitting on top of the shiny paint. Let me show you what I got. Still on that whole bottom. I'm gonna spray from here down. All that. That's why I scuffed up here. Pretty much like that on the other side as well. I'm gonna spray probably from here down over here. I might spray it outside, I might spray it inside. I got something else to spray. I'll make up my mind once I get to this. Here's the results of 3 coats. I still gotta block this down and do the final prime, but I'm gonna do that when I do the rest of the body work. So y'all stay tuned for that video. Been dry. I think it's gonna turn out good. Like now you still can see the 80 grit scratches. All this gonna come out. And like right here I gotta fill with some 1-part glaze and putty. But all that stuff, they're minor. They'll come out in the blocking. So y'all stay tuned. Tell me what y'all think.
Nobody really gave a damn about us. We never stopped.